Good, good, good. How you feeling today?
I'm good. How are you doing, Dominic?
Uh, yeah, that's just the first thing I like instinct wise. I just gotta ask, you know.
Sure.
I'm feeling good today.
Good.
Uh, feel positive. Got a lot of energy right now, so
Good. I'm
hey.
glad. Now you're gonna need it for this interview, bro. A lot of energy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am kind of nervous though.
Yeah?
Uh,
For what?
yeah.
This is just a chat, bro. It's just a chat.
Okay, you're right.
Oh, for real. That's the way I like to do things, bro. Honestly, no stress, bro. Like I don't know if you saw any of the other interviews that I did, but like it's just conversations, bro. Like we chop it up about like anything and everything, and it's not only and solely about art. And that's why like I kind of like doing these interviews is because kind of about anything that interests you, bro. Anything that you'd like to talk about, and about your art as well. But we usually
Okay.
start with your art, so let's start there. First of all, what's your name? Where you from?
My name is. Do I say my full name or what?
Whatever you want to, bro. Whatever you.
My name is Dominick,
Fuck yeah.
and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, East Flatbush specifically. Um, yeah, been here for like, my whole life,
Okay.
and yeah, yeah.
That's what we needed. That's two answers. Okay. So let's talk about your art, though. So I was looking at your page, bro. By the way, you're fucking crazy talented.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Put that out there. And when did you start? And what was kind of like the beginning of that?
When did I start? I want to say like actively pursuing it and actively creating pieces. I would say around 2019. Like really wanted to take it serious around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, it was really always in the back of my mind. It was always just just an afterthought, I guess. But it was always there. So yeah, definitely pursued it in 2019.
And what pushed you to get onto it full time? Like what pushed you to pursue it in that type of way?
What pushed me? Damn. What pushed me? Nah,
Honestly, bro, take all the time you need to think, bro. I think
yeah. Okay. Cool.
deserve thought, you know.
What pushed me was the fact that I needed to really express myself, like just kind of be seen, because I was always like the type of individual that's just like I'm super reserved, as well as like I'm not putting all my stuff out in the forefront, like. So it was just a moment of feeling like yeah, I gotta show people like who I am. Like I got to start somewhere. I got to start, kind of just putting myself out there, expressing myself more and more. To yeah,
Okay.
um,
And that takes balls, honestly.
yeah, absolutely, and just seeing other people do it and kind of hearing their stories and all that is just like, yo, I got to do this too. Come on, like what's going on?
And how was it? How was it actually putting yourself out there and having people interact with your art?
It it's nerve wracking because the I mean, it's questions, it's questions you don't know how to answer, and you're just kind of like stuck there. Um, but but I enjoy it because I actually get genuine conversation,
Uh-huh.
and people are actually really in tune with whatever I create, um, um, what I have to say, what's being conveyed,
Uh-huh.
And if they resonate with it, then that's 100 times better.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And how did that change your art? Like how did putting it out there change the things that you were making?
no, I don't think it changed. I don't think it changed at all. I'm still like my introspect my introspective self still stands out in my art. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense to me. And I have a question. You were saying when people resonate to what you create. And what exactly is your relationship with the pieces that you make? Like is there a meaning every time that you create a piece, or does it have like a lot of facets to it?
So me being a very like I think a lot. I think a lot, and I always have to have like, even if I don't initially have a thought process for a painting, I can just start with a sketch, and then it'll eventually evolve into some thought form. Uh, but in the end, ultimately, it definitely has a conversation. It's definitely thought provoking. It's definitely something behind that.
And with people, like, have you ever found individuals that saw exactly what you were seeing in your art, that knew exactly what you were trying to express?
Yeah. Comment wise, via Instagram, they had expressed, just how this kind of touched them, and they were kind of in the same mental space, the same emotional space. So that was cool. That was super cool. So yeah.
Okay.
It spoke to them the same way it spoke to me.
And when you say that you think a lot, bro, what do you think about?
No, like it's random. It's just super random things because my mind is volatile. So as far as like what, um, the the past, the present, the future, just really just trying to,
Does,
huh?
does the future and the past and the present, are these things that, are you comfortable with these thoughts, or are they kind of thoughts that stress you out, in your opinion?
Very, very stressful, and I try to stay in the present as much as possible. Very, very stressful. Uh, as as well as on where I feel like I'm currently at. That's yeah, that's stressful. Like, even hints of doubt as well. So yeah.
But and that doubt, bro, that doubt is in everyone, and is in
Yeah,
everything we do. And even when
I
you
agree.
reach those levels of like fame, or like whatever it is, stardom, there's always that doubt. And that doubt, I think, in my opinion, is what makes it kind of beautiful. Because
Mm.
imagine you knew that this shit was gonna pop and you were gonna become this, like, whatever, where people were gonna be really resonate with your art. If you knew, bro, it would take away the whole joy of actually fucking trying it, I believe. And so
Bro,
and so
bro.
I think that doubt is it's kind of like a force, in the things that we do, because it takes a lot of ourselves. I see the colors that you use in your palettes. They always tend to be very, like, there's like a lot of light and darkness put together. There's like a lot of shift of light in that,
Mm.
and that's something I like a lot. There's a piece that you made with the blue, the flowers. This one here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I really love that piece a lot.
It's really impressive, bro.
Thank you very much.
And just for that one specifically, why, what, where?
Okay. So I used blue. Blue. I'm gonna start off with the color scheme. I started off with blue because throat chakra. The just the color of blue just kind of like speak, just to tell what this is, who I am, all that. As far as the gesture goes, it was kind of like it reminded me of the dancer, like say ballerina or and any dancer, honestly. But this sense of fluidity, um, just being a part of them, and that flow it translates internally, externally. Hence the flower that kind of like like blooms under the torso, at the head of the gesture. Like there is no head, there is no headpiece, because in a way, like, it was just supposed to represent myself, like kind of like getting out of my headspace, um getting out of my headspace and kind of just being more like kind of free in a way.
Mhm.
um yeah, because the more and more, like, I think I just hold myself back from a lot of things, a lot of things, and I've known that for a very long time. um and I know I can do like better, but I mean, I gotta start somewhere with the art. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it. And I gotta say, bro, I love your answers, because I see that you put a lot of thought process into it. And
Oh, absolutely,
and
absolutely.
I see your brain's like It kind of goes too fast that you wish I wish I could telepathically hear what your brain is saying, but I see that in you, and I respect it a lot. How is it living in New York and doing art? How is that?
I feel like you can't. I guess you can't not find your niche. You can't. I mean, I've yet to find mine, but but yeah, like there are a lot of like people that are very supportive, and a lot of there's people out here love could potentially love what you do, or just be a part of it, or just I feel like I don't know personally for me, because I'm a competitive person and I never want to see art like as competitive, but yeah, I feel as though it's competitive in a way.
Yeah, and that's where like it brings me to this question. So does it motivate you, or does it kind of having that realm that it is? I mean, dude, art is not competitive because we want to see each other flourish. Like you're never really, I mean, a real artist never really wants to shit on someone else, but at the same time, you get inspired, bro, and you're like, okay, fuck, this guy's doing this shit. I'm trying to, and so does it motivate you, or does it kind of want to put you back in the shell?
It motivates me for the most part, and I don't want to like seem arrogant or anything like that.
Confident.
I feel like my artwork is the shit. So, and I don't know if I can curse on here.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, like I feel like my shit is fire, man. Like as I feel like I'm about to stray away from the topic. Damn.
No. Because you were talking about arrogance, and I think that's the point that I kind of want to touch for people in general. Like, I don't think it's arrogance, bro. I think it's confidence, and I think you need confidence to be successful in a realm where like you're promoting yourself and the things that you do. Like, I think people will take it badly at all times because they're always trying to shit on you. But in general, like someone that says, "Yo, my shit is fire, bro," because it is fire. Because you probably put a shitload of work into it too. It doesn't come easy, and I see that. Like, I try to make art, bro, but I don't think I could do the shit that you do.
What?
Yeah, no, I think it takes time and effort, bro. And so confidence is key in that point.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. But what are you passionate about, bro? What are subjects that interest you in life? Like, what's something that you think about?
Oh shoot. Oh, I like being active. Like if I don't move, if I don't move my body, and in a way that kind of translates to that last painting that you just showed me. I have to move in order to like kind of like feel myself. In order to clear my mind. And if I don't, then it's just like this stagnant energy. And it just doesn't feel right.
Always been the case, by the way.
Oh, always. And so I just try to stay active as much as possible. Like I like to I guess work out. I like to go ride my bike, like constantly just zooming. I'm very big on spirituality for sure.
We're gonna tap into that too. I'm interested. Okay. In regards to your movement and the need of action, how does that translate when you are painting? Because painting, there's like not much movement that goes on physically, but there's a lot that goes on there. So
outside of the movement, painting kind of puts me in a state of stillness. So it's kind of contradictory in a way, but it's balance. So I guess to be active outside of that. Shoot, I could dance while painting and stuff. That's but it does offer stillness, like to kind of like be in the present moment, to focus on one thing as I'm painting, and being in that present moment, you're kind of like, I guess, it's like, I don't know, it's like you're gathering energy in a way, like you're stronger in that position. I don't know how to explain it, but.
And is painting one of the only things that puts you in that kind of atmosphere?
I like visual art in general. I used to do photography. I used to do digital, but as of right now, it's Yeah, it's painting. I mean, if something comes to mind, because I don't even know right now. Yeah, it's painting right now. It's painting.
Okay. And so you were talking about spirituality, and that's something that I'm interested in because I think it's something that I want to draw eyes on. I think I do these interviews as much as they are for me and for you and for the people watching. There are subjects that I'm passionate about, and there are subjects that I'm more ignorant about in the sense. Like I was born Christian, so my religion was always that one of Christianity, but from a very young age, I never really practiced it. So I kind of molded myself into something that's what I believe being more spiritual than religious.
Okay.
And so that's kind of different for me. But what was your relationship with spirituality or religion starting at a young age and where you are now?
Because I just want to say, like, at this point in my life, it kind of like it's kind of like a huge like part, and I didn't realize how, like, yeah, I didn't realize that. I guess it initially started by questioning because I went to a Catholic private high school. Well, Catholic private school like all my life. When it came to like it's elementary school into high school, I don't know. Nothing was really drawing me to it. It was just there. It was just so, I guess, normal that I didn't think really nothing of it. It's like this is what it is. And then high school came along, and I was just like, I'm in class, like religion class, and I don't know. I just started questioning more and more, and a lot of things, just there are a lot of holes.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of holes. And so I guess like from then on, I kind of let that part of myself go, and was slowly, which is weird, what kind of slowly started getting me into spirituality, I'd say, was underachievers.
Like the band, like the rappers. Fuck
Yeah.
that, bro. Like Indigo and shit. Those guys made hella good
Indigo
records.
was fire. Indigo was fire. And so listening to that, I was like, yo, okay, this is different. This is not what I'm learning in class, but it's kind of like opening a door. So I was like, this is. I kind of wanted to delve more into that and see what's up. I feel like I had knowledge, enough, some sort of knowledge, but I guess it wasn't enough.
Those seekings, it's just such like, especially when you go from like a background that is very like formatted and like, oh, religion, this, that, and then you go into, what the underachievers talk about, and it opens doors to like a billion different subjects that you're like,
Yeah,
like it's very overwhelming.
yeah.
And then you can really go and you can spiral into all sorts of you know understandings and even things that don't necessarily have to do with religion, but more like the occult and stuff like that, like esoteric stuff. And I think these are like it's the beginning. Like my interest, like, I've always been kind of not like a conspiracy guy, but I've always like loved kind of seeing the shit that people don't talk about. I love putting myself outside the box, questioning whatever people take for granted or think that it's so true. I have a very peculiar understanding of what the truth is.
Mhm.
I think that just because a lot of people believe it doesn't necessarily make it true.
Right.
And so, what were kind of the subjects that interested you?
It's weird because I really try to like I don't know, I try to be picky with this topic. And I know you say I got free range.
You got absolute free range.
All right, actually, can I ask you what is one thing that you know? We can start from there.
But what really got me intrigued was honestly, bro, is like the amount of distrust that we have for our ancestors. Like it's kind of like
Okay.
today we live this whole life, but not taking into account how we've been living for the past like thousands of years, and we just completely threw that shit out the window. And now it's like, oh, living the way we live. We're like, it's all very transactional, and there's no, I don't know. I feel like there's a lack of love in the things around us. So that's kind of what got me into it. It just didn't feel right.
It's funny. I definitely should listen to my intuition because that was one thing that was coming up. ancestors, for sure, for super important. They're your team. They're legit your lifeline. First line of defense, all of that. They're like even though they're in the astral, they're still like, you know, they still got a foot in the physical. You feel me? So like and their blood still runs through our veins.
Absolutely.
So it's just super important just to just acknowledge, to be grateful, and put in some effort into making sure that they're just as good as you are in the physical. But I don't think I'm gonna go in.
Yeah, you say whatever you want to, bro. It's all up to you, honestly.
Yeah, it's very apparent. It's very
So how do you practice your spirituality? Do you meditate? Do you do things that kind of help you to get in touch with the side of yourself? And if so,
that's a good question. Good question. Yeah, I definitely meditate a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Lately, it's been a little slow. But I always try to do like 20 minutes before when I wake up, 20 minutes at night. The night part is kind of been, you know, a little off, but I try to do that because the more I do it, it's just this silence that is very much needed. I mean, I'm not gonna say silence because you can never really silence your mind, the way I see it. But it's a calmness that I get from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. That's really much needed.
and how do you do that? Like how do you meditate? Because I would love to know. I'd love to know.
How I particularly meditate is just breathing is super important, super important. Kind of just fill my entire body with air, like fill my lungs, like my diaphragm, and just the more and more I breathe, I feel like I'm getting into like a different state in a way. And I guess as I'm breathing, my eyes are closed, I could either be, you know, like sitting erect or call it, or lying down. You feel me? But I'm just thinking of not what I want, more so. I mean, you can. It's really up to either person, but it's really just, you know, expressing gratitude, like a lot of gratitude, saying my I love yous. Yeah.
And no, because what I struggle with is like, and I think you kind of brought it on point when you were saying like sometimes, you know, it doesn't happen at night, and it's like I feel so. Sometimes I feel like I just take these things like spirituality and like, you know, feeling some type of way about myself or how the world works around me only in moments where like I'm kind of down. You know, it's kind of like the guy that prays only when he's in the shit. You know, he never prays, but only prays when he kind of needs God. That's sometimes like a guilt that I have in regards to the way that I approach religion or spirituality. It's like I tend to put it on the back burner until I seek it, until I need it. So that's something I struggle with, and you know, I think a lot of people do that too, and it's I don't know. In my opinion, it's dedication. Like you have to, and it's okay. I think it's okay if you don't put as much effort as you would want to. But I think that the realizing it and talking about it is what really makes a difference. So being able to be frank with yourself and be like, okay, fuck, I didn't do as much as I wanted to, but like, you know, it's okay. I can do it tomorrow and keep going from there. So that's kind of what you said made me think about. But in regards to your art, we can go back to your art because I think that that's a big focus. Does your spirituality reflect in your art at all?
Yes, it does. And I feel like it's slowly starting to. It has like it's not there yet, and I want it to be there. Like, yo, it's like I kind of want, I kind of want what's been lost to just be seen in my art in a way. Like, oh, you gotta remember to pay homage to your ancestors. Like, I wanna portray that. You gotta. Yeah, bro. That's
Thanks, bro. You're right. And I think as well, like what you were saying, I think too, you got to put some symbols in there, or you got to try to make your own symbols or put in symbols there that
Yeah.
have meaning that transcends through time.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think I was talking about this with another artist that I interviewed like this last week, and it was kind of like this whole idea of like sacred geometry and
Yeah.
these numbers and all these different things that you can include, and these things will like are there or real, as much as
Mhm.
you want to make them yours, they're the world's, and so I think it's valuable, bro, to want to give actual information within your art and have that
Uh,
last longer than your own lifetime,
One of the pieces on my IG, the one with the apple on the woman's head, that's supposed to be part of a series. Part of a series, and it's supposed to really abundance of knowledge, um, and I guess the lack of wisdom, because there's a lot of information. You and I both know that there's a lot of information in the world, like, and even the quote unquote the truths, the muddled truths, and all of that stuff. A lot of people don't know what is what, and I'm not saying I do, because I got limitations. I'm human and all that. But it's that kind of like trying to weed certain things out and utilize that. So that's what wisdom is to me. Just the application of that knowledge. And sometimes we take the wrong, I don't want to say right and wrong, but we take the quote unquote the wrong knowledge, and it just that becomes experience. You know, we apply that knowledge and it becomes an experience. So yeah, so there's a lot of knowledge right now, and just a lack of wisdom being applied. There's more I want to say too, but it's just like I'm just trying to like really get my mind.
Is this your first interview you've ever done, or
Yes,
I'm
yes it is.
happy to be your first, bro.
Yeah, I'm super grateful. Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it was quite complete. So I was expecting, but I thought what you said was quite complete. I think there is a knowledge out there, and I think that what you said about maybe having the wrong knowledge and having that as an experience,
Mm-hmm.
very valuable. And sometimes having the right knowledge but applying it wrong could be another side of having experience as well.
True. Yeah.
And, and I think that today we live in an age, bro, where like on your laptop, on your phone, on your mobile phone, you can literally learn worlds of information,
Right.
and all it takes is some dedication and some interest, and I'm actually so happy to be born at this time, even though like it could have been cool to be born back in the day when shit was done, I think, in a more, I don't know, this is my subjective point of view of how I think the past was. I always tend to glamorize the past. I always tend to make it seem like if it was this beautiful, like poetic people just this, but there was a lot of
Yeah.
terrible things, that went on in the past. But um, but yeah, I think today we have knowledge at the tip of our fingers, and
Mhm. I feel like it's a beautiful time today. Like there's a lot of doors opening for people in a lot of ways. I don't know. It's weird, but it's beautiful at the same time. Um,
absolutely. And I think that's exactly the point. It's like it's such a double-edged sword. There's like so many really
yeah.
bad things that are happening and that are going on, but at the same time, like it's up to you to do what you can to make your life meaningful and the life of the people around you meaningful. So and that's why I do these things, bro. I mean, shit, it's amazing to be able to just tap in on Instagram and
Yeah.
sit down, send you a link, and then you're okay with me asking you all these crazy questions, and you'll answer them as truthfully as possible. Like that's amazing, bro. I appreciate the trust that to come up here and then talk about you and your life and the way that you live it. I think it's ballsy, bro.
Thank you. I mean, you in the first place, like just I guess I don't know how long you've been doing this for, really. Um, um, but the fact that you're giving artists and people of the arts a platform right now, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, I've been doing PS Unique, and like PS Unique started as kind of like a clothing auction thing, was because I saw that there was somewhat of a there was no one doing this, like pretty much creating a platform for artists to post their stuff, and not only post their stuff, but then done in a way where like pretty much all the things that we sell on PS Unique are like auctions. So the artist puts the starting price of whatever the price is, and then people tend to bid, because I do think that like if someone's willing to pay X amount for your piece, like I think you should be allowed to pay X amount for your piece, and that should benefit you, right? Like not only that you only should sell to rich people, but I think that money has value. Someone doesn't have to be necessarily rich, but if he thinks that that piece is worth that much to him, you should be able to bid that much for that piece. And so that's how kind of Pièce Unique started, and now it kind of moved into this idea where like I think artists have a great way of showing their stuff visually, but lack a lot of the introspective side because they don't have the opportunity to talk about it as much. Like I think, I think too much is left for interpretation, and I think it's beautiful, but at the same time, like comes a moment where like, yo, I want to know why you're doing the things that you're doing. I want to know the mission that you're on, because if we're on the same mission, bro, I'm trying to jump on your ship and just do it. So I think it opens as well doors for collaborations. Like if you see any of the interviews and you have artists that you fuck with, like, and you see how I'm doing, I'm talking to you out of a DM. You could do the same thing with any of the artists that I put on. I saw your interview. I got interviewed by him too. Like I loved your idea about that. Like let's talk about it. Let's do something to it and collaborate and merge. So that's kind of like what I'm focusing on at this point with this project.
I wanted to expound on collaboration. I think that was something I also wanted to throw in when it came to my relationship with the art community. That's something I definitely am very like. I like to work with people a lot, because it's just there's just the combining of ideas. It kind of like it moves you. It moves you. It's like, okay, I have this other energy next to me that's like, I don't know how to say it as best as possible, but I love collaborations.
Okay, and it's sure. I feel like that energy is it's the realest thing you can have. An interaction with another human, bro. Like, that's beautiful, bro. And especially when you can do that and create something out of it, that you can have an actual physical thing or metaphysical, whatever you want it to be, that is there, and that shows that collaboration, that has like all the seeds of whatever you guys kind of planted together. I got your at from Everything Stopped.
Oh yeah. He put me on. Ray. Yo, shout out to Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
Yeah, nah, just had a genuine conversation. And it was good. It was cool. After the fact, he put me on to your page. I was super grateful for that.
Collaboration right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think I respect y'all so much for willing to come up on Pièce Unique and talk, because not a lot of people like to talk. Not enough people, in my opinion. Like to keep everything for themselves, as if they got secrets or something, like as if they're
I mean, I get it to a point, because you don't know how people are gonna react to certain things that you might have in store, like might have stored. And I think it's a cautionary thing, maybe.
Why, bro? Why be cautionary? About what? About who you are?
I get it. Speak your truth, right? I don't know. So maybe sometimes people don't have time for like the opinions and the I don't know, the back and forth. Like
there's no, if you don't entertain it, there is no back and forth. People can talk all they want, but you can let them talk. You like, I understand, but then you're putting too much importance on people, and not enough on yourself.
Very true.
You're willing to not speak your truth because people might talk. I let them fucking talk, but they don't speak their fucking truth. They talk about yours, and that's about that. At that point, you're already 5,000 miles ahead of them, because these guys talk about you and they're not even talking about themselves, So
very true. Very, very true.
There comes a point, bro. We gotta live with our heart on our sleeves. I think too many people like wanna say things to attract certain pools of people, and want to say other things so they don't piss off these people. Fuck it, bro. Okay?
Right. I know what you mean. Because whatever. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
No. Please.
Because whatever comes out your mouth, whatever genuine comes out your mouth, those people that resonate with it, those people that belong to the words that you speak are going to come. So you know you don't have to worry about that side or the other side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that even the people that don't resonate, like, what's wrong with dialogue? Bro, I love talking to people that don't agree with me. It's the best type of conversations because
That's true, very true.
the conversations go back and forth. It's not like, oh yeah, I agree. It's not. It's like, oh no, I
Yeah.
don't agree. Fuck yeah, tell me why you don't agree, bro. I'm interested. And even that, like, if people are willing to talk and willing to listen, and I think that's like the big difference is like we talk so much, but we listen so little. You know.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
And that's something that I think I value a lot about myself and my personality. Is like I've met so many times that I was stuck on one idea, bro, and then I just met one person that told me how it was. That day, I changed. My idea changed. I started vouching for him. I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, like my ideas are not me, bro, or things that I think about, but they're not me. You know, I don't feel so personal about the ways that I think, and I want people to change my ideas. I want people to come in and be like, okay, bro, no, this is how I see it. And I'm like, okay, wow, you know.
Yo, it's just like it's like from the contents of the conversation, I definitely want to share like a lot more now. You know, I just don't know where to start.
Start somewhere. Anyway, bro.
I'll talk about, I guess, certain influences when it came to the art. Because I was gonna say themes, but I'm gonna start off with influences. And initially, Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah. Definitely, like just looking at, paying attention to the Garden of Earthly Delights, like thoroughly, is that shit is mad. Like
I went to see that painting in Spain.
Yeah.
It's in Madrid. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's dude, and in real life, it's really incredible. So I think Hieronymus Bosch, so much detail. So yeah, what inspired you there?
What inspired me there? It was more so like well, first and foremost, it seemed like a very huge piece. It was it's a triptych. Like you got 3 different panels telling different stories, you know. And when you close that panel on the, you know, you see the entire the sphere of the world, which is super dope. But I just felt like there's so much that went into it, and I really love detail, because you just get to pick it apart. You get to have fun with it. You get to, you know, it's, and every little thing could mean something different to, you know, the next person. So just looking at his pieces, particularly Garden of Earthly Delights, I kind of looked at the I don't know if this is a word, fantastic.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Just the fantasy aspect of it, and I feel like that's one of the things that are kind of hidden in our world. Like I'm not even gonna say I believe, I know it's very real. You know, it's just at a different vibration that we can't see. Some of the characters in there, they kind of so one of the characters I kind of pulled from there, that's what it kind of inspired the woman with the apple on her head. I saw that and I was like, why is she looking? I wish I could actually pull up some, like, the picture of it, but yeah, I'm on my phone right now. So.
I wish, but I had that tech.
So it was that image that I pulled up, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. The fact that she's looking so curiously up at the sky. She has this fruit on her head. Really, it's not an apple. I mean, I'm not sure if it's apple, but this fruit on her head, and then that's how I kind of took it. It was like, you know, this fruit of wisdom, and now she's curious. And she looks up at the sky. So I guess that's what kind of evolved into what I had created. So that right there was just an example of me trying to pick something apart, and it, you know, just meaning something to me.
Yeah, and I feel like for people that don't know, this painting has like a billion different characters. So
like,
so the beauty of it is that one little character inspired you to make a whole painting out of it.
Right. And potentially a series.
A series, exactly.
Yeah. So that was So Anonymous Bosch is definitely one. Another influence was the Polish artist Zizla Biksinski. I don't know how to say his name. Yes, a Polish artist. Considered the nightmare artist, and it's just like, yo, all of his pieces just are legit scary. Like they're and the interesting about it was the fact that if you look like beyond that, there's more stuff that's just kind of like super trippy in a way. Cause like he's legit considered a nightmare artist. Like that's, you look at it and you feel something, you know, like you feel like you could legit feel scared off this shit. Like it's creepy shit. But I love it. So he was an individual that I guess he Polish. He was in New York, died in 1995 in his apartment. I kind of wanted to like, you know, go along like with that route for a little bit, but now where I'm at is less about, I guess, the nightmarish, but really more the popping of colors. Yeah, no, really the light, I don't know. I feel like I'm going off on that. Like,
no. I thought these two examples were great, bro, because they're very different examples. They're not at all in the same drawing.
nah, not at all.
Like it's funny because like those dark paintings, as much as they're terrifying, I would love to to own one. Like I would love to look at one and have one in my.
No, I agree.
They're terrifying, but they don't scare me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, nah, I know what you mean. I know.
Like I'm a big fan of like kind of gory shit and stuff, so like this shit doesn't really freak me out. But like I think there's like a poeticness of those scary aspects. I mean, wow, really impressive actually. But I'm glad you showed me.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. Wow.
but it was just, I guess it was more so that imagination.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
That was, and I'm very big on that. Like I guess that's part of the thinking aspect of myself. Like I'm a very imaginative person, and and it's sometimes it is hard to like get that on a canvas or a panel or something like that, because it just keeps jumping from one imaginative, you know, idea to the next and I do have I can't, sometimes I can't just, you know, just hold it, like I just can't like keep it still for a second. But yeah, the imaginative aspect from both of these two inspirations, I guess, is are big. So as far as my painting style is, I'm more realism / surrealism. Abstract is cool. but I feel like if you actually take, I feel like if I can take the time to, you know, just create a character, create a world, and not that you can't find that in an abstract painting, but I can actually create this, and you know, this is what it is. This is, I feel like it kind of, no, I don't want to say that.
No, but honestly, bro, like I think what you're saying, this is what it makes me think about, and that's why I don't. Once again, I always feel like I'm walking on like glass because I don't want to shit on anyone's art, you know. But bro, like I'll be fucking friends, bro. I'll say right there, night and net, like a guy that puts, you know, 6 months into painting a specific piece because he adds detail and encompasses everything that goes around, you know, the painting and the shadings and it really thinks about anything that someone could think about.
Right.
That for me holds more value, and I say it honestly, more value than someone that does something that takes some. And look, you can do something that's creative and do abstract, but abstract to me seems more simplified. It's like it's a simplification of something that it shouldn't be simplified. Like I think art, and this I always relate it back. Like I'm a big fan of sculptures. You know,
Okay.
I'm Italian originally, so in Italy, sculpture, like guys doing sculptures, that was like the shit back in the 1600s, whatever. And bro, like you see these people that start from a marble block, so one marble block, and they have to chisel it down. You know, they have to chisel down this piece until it becomes this smooth piece of marble. And that work that goes into that for me is valuable because I really do believe that time is the most valuable thing that we as humans hold. There's nothing else
Yeah,
that
definitely.
and so I do think time should be taken into account, and not because and I'm saying you can do a lot of shit with a lot of time. Don't get me wrong. Like using time efficiently and in the correct manner, like as what you're saying, creating a story, creating a character, and giving
Yeah,
this life that you can
yeah,
into.
yeah,
It can only be done through time because not only the time that you spend painting the piece, but the time that you spend thinking about it, and the time that you
right.
curating it and doing all the rest. So not to shit on abstract artists because a lot of abstract artists that I really love, but because I think the people that I really love that do abstract art spend more time thinking about what they're gonna do than actually doing it. And
Yeah,
the time thinking about it for me is just as valuable as the time doing it because it has to have meaning. It has to have, kind of a world that revolves around it.
yeah, no. So it's like I'm putting a lot of energy, like it's a lot of energy. Um, um, but to be able to put that energy into that and give it to somebody else, that's powerful. But
You have a clothing brand too?
yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah,
It's there.
With the opt in, opt out. No stuff.
Yeah,
Option.
Opted is the brand. Yo, you got choices. The power of a choice is damn. I can't form full sentences.
We got choices. Yes.
Yeah, So we got choices along our path. Like our path can change at any time. It's like but all of these things are kind of still happening at the same time in a way. I believe it's in a way like dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah, active, but as we're actively, in this present moment, we've chosen that one path, and I feel like we could still like end up we choose that one path, but we kind of like come back to the whole in a way, kind of coming back to the whole. So even the design of it, how I designed the logo, if you've seen it, I'm not sure.
Circle with them.
Yeah. So the the lines kind of like diverge. The lines come out as if they were paths. The center is the individual themselves, their whole self, and the lines are being their path, the aspects of themselves, the choices that they've made. I think I just had deja vu.
You know what that means, bro.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just one of those many meanings that I have in a simple like symbol or whatever. Yeah. No matter what you're doing, just opt in or opt out. It don't matter.
Like, one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other, man. Yeah. Like life is super simple. I'm not gonna say easy, but it's simple. Choices. It's the choices that we make.
I resonate with that, man. It's true. And the beautiful thing is that you have this choice to opt in or opt out, and no matter what, you'll always have the next choice, opt in or opt out, and you can learn from the previous one or
right.
next one. But yeah,
so I feel like it's super universal.
Honestly.
Nah, for real. I feel like there's so much more.
Yeah, but... no, I feel we can go broad for fucking days, bro. We can live stream this shit.
I'm super grateful for being on here. Like really, really grateful. I don't know, hopefully I end up, being on here again.
Oh, please.
I don't know if that's possible, yeah?
Yeah, bro, absolutely. The idea is that now, these are very beta. What I'm doing here, it's like very experimental. I'm trying it out. I'm seeing where to go, but okay. I want to create dialogues, and eventually down the line, I want to make conversations with not only myself and maybe with other people that I think could be interesting to create a three-way dialogue, and maybe in real life. The screen thing is it's enjoyable, and I love it because it allows me to really tap into everyone in the world. But yeah, I would love to do it in real person and kind of have that dialogue in person, and maybe create some chats or stuff like that or whatever. And I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be really interesting in a conversation with you and everything stopped too. So if I ever pull up to New York, I'm gonna make that happen.
Oh yeah, sure. Yo, for sure. Yo, that'll be fire. That'll be super fire.
Sit down somewhere. I just get a camera and we just put some mics on and we just chat it up about whatever it is, you know. We see where it goes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm super down. Yeah, I mean, you giving me a chance to kind of evolve myself, you know. So yeah, that's what's up.
It's been a pleasure, honestly. Well deserved as well, man. Great, but I love this conversation because it started kind of slow, you know. It took time but then it just flowed. You know? It kind of we got into the river and then we got to the sea. So I liked it. It was beautiful. But on this note, Dominic, thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much, my friend. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye bye.